Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tina Mene Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurava Nitya Nirishesha Shunyavadi Vachachari Charire Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vedanta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Battery might be gone. Maybe change the battery. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo, Radha Madhava Ki Jai, Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramu, Hare Ramu, Ramu Ramu, Hare Hare. So today we are very fortunate that we amongst us we have His Holiness Swayam Bhagwan Keshava Swami Maharaj, all the way from London. Can you just say 3 loud Hari Bol for Maharaj? Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So general the tradition is that we introduce the speaker that about his career, how he is and what he is right now. Does any of you need introduction about him? I think everybody knows it. So Maharaj is very popular, not in England but all over the world. Maharaj, just to give 1 or 2 words about him, was born and brought up in London. He was studied his business management in London, and then with the calling of Krishna, he joined as a brahmachari in Bhaktivedanta manner, and then he advanced so nicely that he connected many projects. One of the project he is established a school of Bhakti, which is a systematic study for Vedic scriptures. He's a prolific writer. He has done many books. 1 or 2 books are today will be displayed on our table today. You can purchase those books on your way out today. And apart from that, as a service to the whole world, he accepted the renounced order of life. So he's sharing his bhakti, his Krishna consciousness all over the world. And now he is wanted in every part of the world. Recently he's back from the American yatra. Before that he was in India. And now everybody wants, some piece of Maharaj everywhere. And today we are so lucky that he's giving, his precious time to us. And actually we need him. We need his blessings, his mercy, because we are very new to, in our congregation. It's a brand new congregation. So today Maharaj is going to speak on this topic called making the right choices, in the life. And as Maharaj just said that, you want to make it as a very formal discussion, not a class and, like that. So we'll hand over now to Maharaj, and the rest of the time, rest of the evening. And I request all of you, please make use of every second of this program. This has a potential to change your life. So please be very attentive. And please take the association of Maharaj with your full attention. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So thank you so much for coming. Hare Krishna. So we'll do a little bit of chanting. This evening, Radha Mohan Prabhu, as he mentioned, is very, very informal. So at the beginning, after we've done the Kirtan, I'll just ask any of you, just in the beginning, if there's anything you would like to speak about, or whether there is something on your mind, perhaps a question or something you think would be interesting to discuss, then we can also do that. And we'll keep it very spontaneous. Krishna consciousness is a spontaneous process. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Radhama. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Radhe. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Nittai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha Kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nama om Vishnu padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadeshatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Oh, thank you so much. Very kind of you. So Hare Krishna everyone, good evening. Is everyone doing good? Did you have a good Saturday? Lots of shopping? It was very nice. We were in Birmingham today. Sometimes I call Birmingham burning hell. It can be quite an intense place, you know. But it was very nice. We were all out together and we were meeting many people and trying to share with people about spiritual life and how it's good to think a little bit deeper about life beyond the shopping bag and see what more there may be to life. And surprisingly, most people, when you stop them and you say, you know, do you think there's more to life than just material things? Most people actually say yes. But then you look at them and they have like 10 carrier bags in their hand and you're thinking, really? And what my conclusion is that most people realize that there's actually more to life than just the material things. Yes, we have to earn money. Yes, we have to have a job. Yes, we have to perform all of our duties in this world. But deep within everyone, I think there is a voice which says there's more. But I think for most people, they just have never come in contact with anything or anyone that can give them an idea of what more there may be to life. And therefore, although people have a feeling that this is not making me happy, most people just go along and still do it, because you have to do something in life. So unless you have a better alternative, then I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing. And therefore we go out on the street and we distribute books called The Higher Taste, which is not just a cookbook, but the higher taste to give people a glimpse of what there may be beyond what we've done for most of our lives. So all of us were on that same journey. And at some point in our lives, something happened which meant that we began this spiritual journey in a more serious way. So maybe today, out of the many, many hundreds of people that we met, maybe some people will begin their journey. And that beginning of the journey is very, very beautiful. So before I continue on and speak more, I just wanted to kind of give you all an opportunity to just see whether there may be any topic or any question or anything which you think would be worth discussing today. Anything that's in your mind or in your heart, then I can also take some feedback from all of you. Is there a Bhagavad Gita? Yeah, Gita. So yeah, is anyone have anything that you don't have to, but if you do, then you get a prize. No, you don't get a prize. But if you do, then I can try and go on that direction. Does anyone have any topic or anything? Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Okay, so like the scriptures say something about the world and how the world is, perhaps things like cosmology and things like that. And then modern science or the world out there says something completely maybe different or slightly different, contradictory. So how do we resolve those differences? Okay, shall we go there? Okay, you asked for it. Okay, let's do that. Well, that's a topical issue because this year India decided to join the space race. And they launched which mission? Chandrayaan. And they became, I think, the fourth nation to go to the moon, right? America, Russia, China have all been to the moon. And now India has also been to Chandraloka. Or have they? Because it's interesting, in 1969, when man apparently first stepped on the moon, Srila Prabhupada put the idea out there that they never actually went to the moon. And Srila Prabhupada, he said different things at different times, but oftentimes he made statements which were very, very contradictory to what modern science says. So let me pick up on this. I'm just trying to find a verse. Okay, yeah. Let me read from a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, and then I'll pick up your thread of what you're asking about today. Okay, just give me 1 second while I find the verse. A bit rusty on my numbers at the moment. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm going to read today from the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm going to read a verse which is kind of relevant to what you're asking. If I can find it. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Alright, so today we're reading from Bhagavad Gita. This is chapter number 4, entitled Transcendental Knowledge, Divya Gyan. And today we're reading from text number 39. Let me begin here. So this is what Krishna says to Arjun. Shraddha vallabhate jnanam tatpada shamyatendriya jnanam labdhva param shantim achine nyadigachati. So this is the translation of what Krishna says to Arjun. A faithful person who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace. Okay? So this is very, very simple. Krishna is saying, if you want to get transcendental knowledge, then you have to have Shraddha. You understand Shraddha? Shraddha in Sanskrit, the word literally means to put your heart into something. Dha means to place, and Rid means your heart. So when you have faith, then it means that you put your heart into something. Sometimes people do things but they don't have any faith, therefore they're just doing it, but you can see their heart is not in it. Have you ever seen anyone do that? They're doing something. Sometimes kids are like that, isn't it? They're just doing something because you told them to do it. But really they don't have faith in it, so they're not really doing it with their heart. And when you look at them, you can see they're not doing it with their heart. So Krishna says, if you want to achieve understanding of this knowledge, the first thing is you have to have Shraddha. Ado Shraddha, the teachers say, in the beginning there must be faith. But now, one interesting thing is that faith is, let me give you 3 interesting characteristics of faith. Faith, number 1, is universal. Faith, number 2, is rational. And faith, number 3, is actually beautiful. And I'm going to come back to your point. The first thing I want to share with you is that faith is universal. And what do I mean by that? Everyone in this world has to have faith in something. Do you think only devotees of Krishna have faith? No, they have faith. Do you think an atheist has faith? Yes. Do you think a scientist has faith? Yes. Do you think anyone who walks onto a bus without knowing the bus driver has faith? Yes. Do you think anyone who goes into a chemist and picks up a bottle of medicine has faith? Yes. Do you think anyone who goes to a school has faith? Yes. In other words, you need faith in all spheres of life. And so many times we have placed faith in something that we haven't proved. So the first thing is that when we say Krishna consciousness says this and science says this, what we have to realize is that both of them are requiring some faith. Science may say the world came from a big bang. And in the Puranas it may say the world came from the pores of Mahavishnu. Do both of them require faith? Yes. Do both of them require the same amount of faith? Yes. Because ultimately you can't also prove the Big Bang. In fact, they call the Big Bang the beginning, the singularity. It's basically indescribable, because it's all the mass in the entirety of the universe concentrated at a single point at an infinitely dense temperature that you can't actually quantify in any mathematical terms. And therefore even today you can never simulate that. And therefore they've never proved it. Therefore it's faith. And so the first thing to realize is that when we say science has an opinion and Krishna consciousness has a different opinion, we can just accept that both of them require faith. But sometimes we think science is fact and spirituality is faith. But that's not actually the case. Because so much of science, so-called science, which is presented in the world as irrevocable fact, has not been proved. Interestingly, so much of science that is presented in the world as irrevocable truth is later on, by the same scientists, proved to be wrong. Once there was one scientist, he wrote a book about his theory, and it became a bestseller. His theory of something, I can't remember what it was. Later on, he realized his theory was wrong. So he wrote another book explaining how the first book was completely wrong. And that one became an even bigger bestseller. Srimad Bhagavatam says this is cheaters and the cheated. Somehow, because it's a scientist and they've got so many letters behind their name, then yes, we must accept it to be true. But even the scientists are constantly contradicting and changing their positions as well. So therefore, science and religion both require faith. And therefore, when we see that there is a difference of opinion, that doesn't need to immediately put us into a crisis, because we can understand both are requiring faith. It's not that that's now 100% true. No. They're also learning and finding and exploring. The second thing is that it's not just that faith is universal, but faith can also be rational. Krishna consciousness can also be proved. Not maybe certain cosmological things can't be proved, but other aspects of Krishna consciousness can be proved. The aspects of Krishna consciousness which deal with your own change of consciousness, the aspects of Krishna consciousness which allow you to contact the divine, the aspects of Krishna consciousness which change your character, all of these aspects of Krishna consciousness can be experienced. And therefore, when we experience some aspects of Krishna consciousness, and we experience that in our own life, that when it comes to the other aspects of Krishna consciousness which are inconceivable, then we can naturally have more faith in those things, because these things have already been proved. And therefore, in Krishna consciousness, it's not that we are having blind faith, because the faith that we are putting into certain things that we can't prove is based on faith that we've generated from things that we can prove. And therefore, the second thing to realize with faith is that faith is rational. And the final thing to realize about faith is that faith is also beautiful. Because faith allows you to discover something beyond your mind, your intellect, and your limited capacity to perceive the world. And because scientists are always trying to reduce everything into something which fits into their mind, they will constantly, because of their methodology, always limit their perception of reality, because their basic process is reductionism. Whereas in spiritual life, we have faith and we accept knowledge from a higher source that we necessarily can't prove, but which then opens up our mind and heart to understand something much, much bigger. So Srila Prabhupada said faith is beautiful because if you don't have faith, you're like the frog in the well. And Prabhupada told the story of one frog who went to the Atlantic Ocean and saw the vastness of the Atlantic Ocean, and then came back to the other frog in the well and said, "You're not going to believe how big the Atlantic Ocean is." And the frog in the well said, "Well, how big can it be? Double the size of the well?" And the frog said, No, much bigger." He said, "Okay, well, I mean, 4 times bigger than this well?" He said, No, much bigger." He said, Okay. Maybe 6 times. I mean, you're never going to understand it like that, because you're trying to understand something so vast from your limited mind. So we can't understand, our mind is so limited. Imagine if 100 years ago you told someone that they would be able to push a button and then speak to someone on the other side of the world. They would think you're absolutely pagal, mad. Right? If you told that to someone 100 years ago, you will be able to press one button and speak. They'll think you're talking something from some kind of fairy tale. And now what do? We do that every single day without even thinking. Because the human mind and our ability to perceive what reality can be is so small. Yet we think now in a laboratory we're going to be able to understand the totality of the universe. And so therefore in this verse Krishna says, Shraddhaval labhate jnanam. If you're faithful, then you can grasp a much higher type of knowledge that will open your eyes to a much bigger reality. But if you don't have that faith, then you will always remain within your tiny mind, within your tiny brain, and within the very, very limited perception. And therefore you will not experience the beauty of what reality is out there. And so this is how Srila Prabhupada taught us to respond when sometimes there are differences between Krishna consciousness and science, that to see it in this light. Does that help? Thank you so much. Would anyone like to ask any follow-up question on this? Faith, belief, the process of Krishna consciousness? Yes? What's the difference between blind faith and rational faith? So blind faith has no basis, right? There's one American psychologist, William James, and he says if there are 3 things, then it becomes rational faith. He says if something is logical, if something is practical, and if something is probable, then it becomes rational faith. So I give you an example. Say the Bhagavad Gita. I'm telling you, put faith in the Bhagavad Gita, but you don't want to put blind faith in the Bhagavad Gita. So my first argument will be to you that this is logical. All the things that are said in this book, that, for example, we're not a material being, but that we're spiritual, that no matter how much you feed the body or try to gratify the body, you'll never find happiness. These are all very logical points, because you see, it corroborates with what you see in the world, right? Just like I told you today, every day we're meeting people, hundreds of people, and we tell them, does material things make you happy? And all of them say no. That corroborates what Krishna says in the Gita, because Krishna says you're not a material being, you're a spiritual being. So no matter how many material things you do, it won't make you happy. So when you look at the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, the Bhagavad Gita, the first thing is that it's logical. It makes logical sense. It makes logical sense that you're a soul, that Sat, eternal, Chit, conscious, and Ananda, full of bliss. Right? That's a logical, like I'll give you an example. How does every single fairy tale that you ever read in your childhood, how does every single fairy tale end? They lived happily ever after, right? Now, we think that's just a fairy tale ending, but that's actually a very deep theological statement. Because when they say we lived happily ever after, lived means chit, you're conscious. Happily means ananda, bliss. And ever after means eternality, sat. So when the fairy tales say they lived happily ever after, what they're talking about is the actual nature of the soul according to Vedantic philosophy. But does anyone in the material world live happily ever after? No. But there is a realm where you can live happily ever after, but that's another realm. So can you begin to see that everything the Gita is talking about is actually logically acceptable by people in the world? They actually intuitively know so many of these things. People say, no, I don't believe in a soul. But then when someone dies, what do they say? They've passed away. So who's passed away? No, I don't believe in the soul, but they've passed away. So who are they then? Do you see? They say, no, I don't believe in the soul, but this is my body, my brain, my mind. Okay, so who's the my then? If you don't believe that you're the body, if you don't believe you're the brain, if you believe you're the owner, then who is that my? So even though people say they don't believe in all these things in the Gita, they intuitively know these things. You see? So the first thing why believing in the Gita is not blind faith is because it's logical. The second thing why the Gita is not blind faith is because it's practical. You can actually begin to do some of these things in this book, practically apply it in your life, and experience what it does to you. It's science. And therefore, your faith doesn't have to just be completely blind. You can already begin to experience some of the things that are talked about here. And the third reason why this is not blind faith is because not just logical, not just practical, but it's probable. Many people in the past and many people in the present are following this, living it, applying it, and experiencing spiritual transformation and consciousness. So if other people are experiencing it, that also gives some substance to your faith. So when we ask people to put faith in the Bhagavad Gita, we're not asking them to put blind faith in the Gita, because it's logical, it's practical, and it's probable. So why would you not do it? There's actually no rational reason why anyone shouldn't do this. apart from the fact that they're just attached to what they're doing at the present. Does that make sense? Yeah, follow up for sure. In the beginning. So you're saying now when you look back in the beginning, you feel like in the beginning you had a bit of blind faith, but now you're here in Krishna consciousness, but how do you know that your current faith isn't also blind faith? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. You see, faith is not something you have or you don't have. It's not that it's blind or it's aware. It's just in different degrees. So in the beginning, our faith is like a kind of like a glimmer. It's a very kind of initial kind of spark of faith. But that doesn't mean there's not any substance to it, but the substance may be quite limited. But as you go on in Krishna consciousness, the faith matures more and more and more. And when the faith matures to a certain point, then it's no longer called faith, it's called nishta. Nishta means conviction. So what happens is that when you begin spiritual life, you have shraddha, which means faith, and that may be blind to some extent, and maybe logical faith to another extent. But then what happens is as you practice Krishna consciousness, eventually it becomes nishta, conviction. Nishta literally means unmovable. Yeah, like Sanskrit is a very interesting language. Sta, like say for example, I asked you, tell me English words which begin with ST. Any English words which begin with ST. Stop. Stay, stoke, stand, store. See, can you see like most English words which begin with ST have a sense of remain in the same place, like stop, stand, stay, stationary, stable. Can you see? So sta in Sanskrit literally means unmovable. Nishta. So what happens is when your faith blossoms, then it becomes a point where you just have conviction. Like Srila Prabhupada, once someone asked him, how are you able to go across the world and challenge all of these scientists? I mean, Srila Prabhupada was not a PhD, he was not a professor, he was not, academically equipped in that way, but Srila Prabhupada was ready to go and debate with anyone. So one devotee said to Srila Prabhupada, how do you get the confidence to debate with such, eminent people? And you know what Srila Prabhupada said? He said, how can I believe them when they say Krishna doesn't exist, when I'm seeing Krishna every day? So you see, that's a conviction. Srila Prabhupada wasn't debating them on the platform of intellectual capacity. Srila Prabhupada was debating them from the platform of someone who had seen God. And therefore there was kind of just like, of course God exists. It doesn't matter what arguments this person comes, I've seen God. I'm experiencing it. So that is nishta, conviction. So on your journey of spiritual life, you'll go through this. You see, most people in any community, their faith is what we call Lokika Shraddha. Lokika Shraddha means a cultural faith. Most people come to a religious place not because they've understood the philosophy of what we're really trying to achieve here. Most people come to a religious place because it's their culture and their tradition. But you'll find when you go to most religious places, whether it be a temple, a mosque, a church, 90% of people don't really have a clue about what the substance of this actually is. But they still come because it's part of culture, it's part of tradition, it's part of lifestyle. So this is called Lokika Shraddha, worldly faith. But then there's another type of faith which is called Shastriya Shraddha, which means faith which is based on understanding the scripture. So why are we in the Hare Krishna temple? Every time you come here, why do we subject you to a sermon? Why do we always speak to you from the Gita? Because what we're basically trying to do is help people develop from having Lokika Shraddha to having Shastriya Shraddha. Because when you actually understand the real reason why we're all here, then you can actually go on the journey to then achieving Nishta. You can actually see Krishna. Yes, I'm seeing Krishna. It's a nice painting. Yes. But maybe Krishna can speak to you. Maybe Krishna can reciprocate with you. Maybe you can have a relationship with Krishna. But then you have to develop a higher degree of faith. So yes, we're going on this journey. And to some extent, many people are blind in their faith in the beginning. But over time, it develops and it becomes deeper. Does that help? Thank you. Very nice questions. Thank you. Anyone else like to ask any question on faith, the process of Krishna consciousness, how we're advancing? Yes. Oh yes, I should talk about the topic. So you all have limited time. Agreed? And you have many, many things that you want to fit into that time. Agreed? So how do you fit in all the different things? I guess there are basically 5 or 6 things that you're trying to fit in your life. Your family, your career, your health, your leisure, and your spirituality. Does that basically cover it? Those are probably the 5 main things that you're covering in your life. Your health, your family, your relationships, your career, your leisure, and your spirituality. Which one do you think is neglected the most? Spirituality? Health? Everyone can look in their life and ask, which one is being neglected in my life? Because it's very difficult. When you put emphasis in one place, it seems like other things tend to become neglected, isn't it? So how do we prioritize? How do we fit everything in a limited life in which we have limited amount of time? So when it comes to time management, there are 4 different approaches. The first type of approach is called maximizing. These people, what they try to do in their life is they try to pack as many things in and use every single moment of their life appropriately so that they can fit everything in. That's good. But later on, they realized that that's not enough. The second wave or the second phase of time management is not just maximizing, but prioritizing. You have to decide which is more important than which other one, which one needs attention at this point in my life, and different of these 5 will require different amounts of attention at different points in your life. But later on, someone said, I think we can do better than that. He said, no, it's not about maximizing, it's not about prioritizing. Later on, they said, time management is about eliminating. It's not so much that we should try to fit more and more things in, but what we need to do is start looking at our life and start eliminating things which are wasting our time. So that was interesting. But later on, they said there's something even more ingenious in time management. It's not that you should just maximize. It's not that you should just prioritize. It's not that you should just eliminate. But what you should do is integrate. In other words, if you live a life in which through one activity you can achieve many, many things, then what happens is your life becomes naturally balanced, and naturally you awaken your potential. So what do I mean by that? Say, for example, the 5 priorities I gave you were family, relationships, career, spirituality, leisure, and health. Okay? Those 5 things. Can someone give me an example of something you could do in your life which would fulfill 3 of those things through one activity? Open a hospital? Wow, that's a big one. I was thinking of something a little, like, I'll give you a small example. What about going on a japa walk with your partner? Say some of you are married, okay? So what about if you went on a japa walk with your partner? As long as you don't speak to them, you have to do japa. Right? Then what that would fulfill is, number 1, relationship-wise, at least you're spending time together. Kind of. Secondly, health-wise, you're going for a walk. And thirdly, spiritual-wise, you're chanting. I'm not suggesting that's what you now do every single day. You could do it if you want to. But I'm just giving you an example of how, if you think very, very deeply, you can begin to integrate many things in your life. Instead of saying, this is my time for material things and this is my time for spiritual things, is there a way in which you can bring those 2 activities together? Maybe, yes. So like that, integration means trying to live your life in such a way and make choices in such a way that one activity can fulfill many things. Like sometimes people think it's my career and then it's my spirituality. But if you're smart, what you'll do is you'll integrate spirituality into your career. You'll turn your work into worship. In other words, When you go out there in the world, it won't just be for making money, but you'll go out there in the world and do your career in such a way that your career is also building your Krishna consciousness. Can you do that? Yes, you can do that. Because when you go out in a career, you earn money. You can dedicate that to Krishna. Then your career becomes spiritualized. When you go out there and you do a career, you learn skills. And then if you use those skills to serve Krishna, it becomes spiritualized. When you go out and you have a career, you meet people every day. And if you tell them about Krishna, your career becomes spiritualized. When you have a career, you gain some influence in the world. If you use that influence to serve Krishna, your career becomes spiritualized. And then later on, you may look at your career and think, it's not just a career, it's devotional service. So if we're wise, it's not like this is my time for my family and this is my time for Krishna consciousness. Well, what about if you made your family Krishna conscious? What about if you sat together, spent time together and did Kirtan and discussed Bhagavad Gita together? Then you'd be doing your family time and developing your Krishna consciousness simultaneously. So the art is, how do you develop a life in which everything is integrated? Those kind of people are the smart people. And they realize that yes, time is limited, but I can fit everything in. Sometimes you just meet people, like I've met devotees of Krishna who are just so incredible that they just do they seem to be doing a million things. And whenever you see them, it's just like they're so relaxed. It's just like they're just ready to speak to you. They're never busy. They never seem stressed out. And you're just thinking how does this person do so many things in their life and at the same time they just seem very relaxed? Because basically what they've done is they've developed a life of integration. But what most of us do is we develop a life of compartmentalization. And we say, this is my family, this is my spirituality, this is my career, and then it becomes very difficult because none of it connects. So I think that's the art of Bhakti Yoga. How do you bring Krishna into every aspect of your life? Does that help, Radha Mohan Prabhu? Starts at 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, and it really does. It starts by the first appointment of the day is the appointment with Krishna. Sometimes we give this example that if you have a jar and you have water, a big stone, some small stones, and some sand, and you want to fit it all into the jar, then what some people do is they first pour the water in the jar, and you know it's going to be a mess. Because if you pour the water first in the jar, and then you try to put the small pebbles, and then you put the big one, and then the sand on top, it's going to be a big mess. But if you're wise, what you'll do is you'll put the big stone in first. And then what you'll do is you'll put all the small pebbles around it. And then if you're smart, what you'll do is you'll pour the sand in, which goes into all the gaps. And then you'll find that if you pour the water in, somehow or other, it all gets absorbed and everything fits in. But you got to begin with the big stone. And most people don't. They begin with the snooze button. And then when you wake up at 8:30 and you've only got 20 minutes to get ready to go to work, and you're running out of the door with a piece of toast in your mouth, and then you start the day like that, it's going to be very difficult. But if you wake up at 5 a.m., join the 5 a.m. club, free membership, then maybe you may experience that life and fitting everything in becomes a lot easier. This is the first thing. In today's day and age, people waste the morning hours, waste sleeping. Therefore, Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the early morning, he would go out. Jiva jago, Jiva jago, Jiva jago. Wake up, sleeping soul. Don't sleep. You have to rise, you have to wake up. No one wakes up so early in the morning. Yes. The spiritualists, they wake up. When the materialists are sleeping, the spiritualists wake up. So yes, use the morning hours. It seems like a small thing. How is that going to solve my problem? Someone may say, I got a complex life. How is waking up early going to solve my problem? Do you know how many things I'm thinking? Well, just try. Because you know, Krishna is the master of all mystics. And Krishna says, Kalosmi. Kala asmi. I am time. So if you put Krishna first, who's time personified, then maybe, just maybe, Krishna will do some miracles. And something which normally would take you 3 hours, Krishna just empowers you to do it in an hour. And all of a sudden, you have time. Have you found on some days, you just become so effective, so efficient, and you just get everything done, and you've got time spare, and you're like, wow. Because Krishna can empower you. So, but you have to wake up early. And I always tell this to people. The best alarm clock in the world is purpose. Because when you have purpose, when you have something amazing that you're trying to achieve, then when the alarm clock goes off in the morning, you jump out of bed. But when oversleeping becomes more exciting than waking up, then probably what it means is that your life isn't exciting enough. If it's more exciting to stay in bed than to wake up, you begin to think, maybe what I'm doing is not that inspiring. So we should develop an inspired life, an exciting life, and then we wake up, we rise. So yes, sorry, I kind of cut in there. So yeah, where does it begin? In the morning. Sorry, but you want to say something else? Well, the first step all of you have taken because you're in this room. So, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoya Sadhu Sang. The very root cause of the awakening of devotion to Krishna is that one associates with spiritual people. So all of you have already taken the first step. So just keep doing that. Keep associating, keep coming to the center, keep hearing, keep learning. So that's the first thing. is such a wonderful facility that we have here, Krishna has given, so that we can all come together. So don't take it for granted. It's very, very unique. Just like today I was in Birmingham, and somehow or other for so many years we still don't have a temple there. And it's such a, it's a missing point. But here in Stoke you have a center, you have a temple, you have a place where you can all come together. Don't take it for granted. It's Krishna's gift. So please keep coming, take advantage. And then the second thing is, try to listen attentively. Try to transform your Lokika Shraddha into Shastriya Shraddha. Actually understand why we are here. Actually understand what Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita. So many people we meet on the street and we show them the Bhagavad Gita, they say, I am knowing, I know everything. I know, I had Gita on my shelf. No, I know this. But they have not actually read, have not understood. If your child came to you and asked you, Mama, Papa, what does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Would you be able, in 3 minutes, to give the essence of the Gita? Mama, what does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Don't ask so many questions. Would you be able? You have to. If you are parents, then you are guru. Parents means guru. So parents must know. So it's a grave responsibility. So we must try. It's not so difficult. We are trying to make it all very accessible here. We are not trying to give you a deep theological, philosophical download. I hope today didn't feel like that. It should be light. We're trying to make it accessible. But we need a little bit of your attention. We need a little bit of your focused attention so you can learn. And then it will be very nice. So try to listen carefully and then try to go back home and read. Read? No one reads anymore. We watch TV. Yes, you can also watch TV, no problem. But you can also read sometimes. Yeah, 1 page, 2 page, no problem. So try to read. It's very nice. A book is a present that you can open again and again. So it's good. In our life, in my life, the books, they became my best friend. I had many friends in my life. I still, hopefully I have a few friends left. I haven't completely demolished all my relationships. But I have to say the books became my best friend. Because any time, any problem, I could open the book and Krishna was right there to give me some wise words to answer my questions. But a friendship you have to make. It's not that you meet someone and immediately a friendship forms over time, isn't it? So you have to give some time. And then maybe, just maybe, the Bhagavad Gita will become your best friend. Otherwise, have you noticed how sometimes two people live with each other for years, but they don't know each other? And then after 20 years they say, I don't know you. But you've been living together for 20 years. How you cannot know that? Because you didn't connect. You didn't open your heart and you didn't let them open their heart to you. So please, otherwise you look at the Gita after 20 years and say, I don't know you. No, this is your best friend. But you have to open your heart. So these are all great opportunities. Srila Prabhupada is so kind. He has given us a great spiritual wealth. So yes, read the books, and then come here and do some seva. This is also very nice. Because someone may say, oh, come on, I'm not a philosopher, I'm not a big, but I can roll up my sleeves and I can do something for Krishna. So yes, then you come, please, cook, clean, sing, arrange, manage, whatever you want to do. Come here, this is your temple. This is not one person's temple, this is all of your temple. So you all come and you make this beautiful, beautify this temple more and more. Take responsibility. That will be very nice. So like this, bit by bit, go on this journey. You all are here, somehow or other you're in Stoke. I don't know why. No, I do know why. You are all in Stoke. Because Krishna wanted to have a center here. Because Krishna wanted to have a home here. But Krishna doesn't want to live in a home alone. You want to live, I give you a beautiful home. You live alone. No. Krishna wants to live with his devotees. And so you all came because Krishna wanted to be here with you. So everyone in this room is from different corners of the world. But somehow or other we all end up in this room. Nothing's by chance. So now try to serve Krishna. That's all that will count at the end of the day. That will be the substance of your life. So you have a great opportunity here in Stoke. Is that? Some thoughts. Yeah, Krishna, it's not, even now, my whole life I lived in a brahmachari ashram. And now sometimes I'm a sannyasi, so I travel. And then sometimes, yes, we live in very nice places where people give us a very nice room. You got one whole room to yourself. I mean, for us, this is a very strange thing, My whole life, I live with 30 bodies in the room, And I always thought, I really want to have my own space. And now it's nice, but it's nicer to be in a room with 30 bodies, I think so. Because it's nice to be in amongst wonderful association. So nowadays I sometimes miss those brahmachari ashrams on the road nowadays. So yes, Krishna wants to see a full temple room here. That would be nice. Every program should be packed, because when Krishna sees many, that's very joyful. Then we sing, we chant, we dance. So it's nice to see so many people here. Thank you to all of you who are making a sacrifice to make it happen. It's just the pioneering days still of ISKCON Stoke. So be a pioneer. And in 20, 30 years, I don't know how many stories we'll have on this building if the government allow planning permission. But I'm sure it will expand. And then you look back and say, wow, a miracle happened. From where we were to where we are. And somehow or other I was able to be part of it. I was able to do some seva for Krishna. Yes. And you will be 30 or 40 years old. Yes. One day you will also be 30. And then you look back and think, I was a kid, I was playing in that. So this is life. We have a great opportunity with our energy to serve Krishna. Seva adhikara diye. Seva is a privilege. It's a privilege. Anyone who has the opportunity to serve Krishna, we don't understand how many lifetimes it took to come to this point where we have the adhikar, the qualification, the privilege to serve Krishna. So sometimes we see service, oh, why do I have to do it? Why is it always me? Why doesn't someone else do it? It's a great privilege to serve. So fill your life with devotional service. And then so many problems will be there. But when your life is filled with devotional service, nothing affects you that much. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling now, so thank you. All right, so shall we finish here, or is there any finals? Do a bit more kirtan, is that okay? All right. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Did you all enjoy the class today, Maharaj? Anybody like to repeat what you liked the most about the class? I have my own point, but and would like to share? There's one point Maharaj said at the last point was that this is Krishna's house and nobody likes to stay alone in the house. So you can look at Krishna here. He's a very rich man. He likes to dress also very nicely. And he's the supreme well-wisher of all living entities. And then Radharani, She's the most merciful mother who would not like to stay with such kind of people. So Maharaj, thank you so much for that wonderful point. I will never forget this point. So Maharaj, very kindly has come to Stoke and to give us the association. Please show our appreciation by 3 times very loudly chanting, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. So Maharaj, if you like to have more association of Maharaj, he cannot come, but he can come in the form of his books. And he has many books. And today, Maharaj has this very new book called Tattva. And there's another book called Gita 3. Now, these are very beautiful books. In our regular shop, we had Maharaj's some books, and they sell like a hotcakes. We do not have any books of Maharaj in our stall right now. So we have very limited quantity of these books here. So those who like to have these books, on your way out, you can buy. There is a book stall there, and Prabhuji is there. He's manning the stall, and he will give you the book. And we're going to have a prasadam now, and prasadam will be served here in this corner. You can take prasadam, and then, Prabhuji, the table is not set properly. It might fall off. Yeah. So we'll have prasadam served here. And but during the prasadam time, would you like to meet Maharaj? Then you can come forward and you can meet Maharaj. If you ask any questions, or if you want some inspiration, you can meet Maharaj here. Maharaj, would you like to sign the book also? And also, if you like to get this book signed by Maharaj, you can get a book from the bookstall, and Maharaj will be happy to sign the book for you. Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much. Now we are ready for the prasadam. We do not want to take you for a long. It's a Saturday evening. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody volunteer for prasadam prayers? Come on, Ahan.
Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Sarva Punya Vatam Racham Vishwasane Vijayate Sarirara Vidyaja Jarindi Tahekar जीवे फिले विषय सागरे तारा मज्जिवाय थी लोभो माय सुदुर्मति ताके जेटा कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ो दया माय कोरे बाय जीव जाय स्वाप्रसाद में दिलो बाय सेया नाम रित पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेम राखो चैतन्य दिताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे महाप्रसादम की
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavansam Sri Rupam Chakrajatam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavansam Sri Rupam Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Shadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaurata Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaurata Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaurata Vrinda Hare Krishna